Jennifer had just gotten back from the beach and was taking a shower. She finished and began getting dressed. Today's attire would be simple. Tight black shorts, a tiny white tank top and black sneakers. Suddenly she heard a knock at her door. Upon answering it, Jennifer saw two men in uniform standing there. "Miss Lopez, you need to come with us for some questions concerning a matter of national security." "Who are you?" she asked in a frightened tone. At that point, the two men produced badges which said FBI. Jennifer, although still concerned, felt a bit more convinced, so she reluctantly climbed into the van. "For your safety, Ms. Lopez, we will have to blindfold you," one of the men said. "What? This is insane. What the heck is going on?" she exclaimed. "I'm sorry, ma'am. Rules are rules," he responded in a cold and emotionless way. "Fine," she screamed while flailing her arms in frustration. The officer abruptly blindfolded Jennifer, and they drove in complete silence for the next hour. Eventually, they pulled into what appeared to be a detention center. Both men helped Jennifer out of the van and escorted her inside of the building and led her into a room. She remained blindfolded, but now she is being cuffed to a chair. "Is someone going to tell me what the heck is going on here?" she yelled in a panicked voice. "Why am I being detained and cuffed to a chair like a criminal? I want my lawyer. And I want him now," she demanded. "Someone will be with you shortly, Ms. Lopez," said one of the officers before exiting the room and closing the door. Moments later, she heard the door open. She heard someone enter the room, and it sounded as if they were setting something up in the middle of the floor. "Hey, who is there? What's going on?" she asked in a shaky voice. No one responded. Jennifer heard a chair being pulled up in front of her, and she heard someone sit down. She received no response, and was startled as she felt the anonymous person lift her legs up, and they secured her feet in something that felt padded. She tried to pull her legs away, but they were secured in this contraption. She quickly realized that she was now locked in a pair of stocks. "Hey, what is happening? What are you doing?" she screamed. Once fully secured, the anonymous figure finally spoke. "Ms. Lopez, how well are you acquainted with Bill Winston?" he asked. "Who is that? I've never heard of him," she responded. "I'll only ask you once more. How well do you know Bill Winston?" the mystery man asked, now in a slightly frustrated tone. "I told you, I don't know him," she responded, trying to match his frustrated tone. At that moment, she felt her shoes and socks being removed. "Hey, what are you doing, you freak?" Jennifer screamed. "Bill Winston, do you know him?" the voice asked again, this time in a firmer tone. "No," Jennifer shouted. Just then, Jennifer began to feel fingers glide slowly up and down her sores. "Stop, that tickles," she said while trying to wiggle her feet away from the gentle torment. Rather than stop, the mysterious man began stroking her sores even faster. Jennifer began to laugh in a cute yet uncontrollable fashion. "Bill Winston, do you know him now?" the voice asked. "No, I don't, and get away from my feet, you freak." "I hate being tickled," Jennifer responded. Her demands fell on deaf ears as she now felt her toes being held back. The mysterious man produced a shaving brush from out of his pocket and ran it underneath her toes, and then slowly but methodically between them. "Stop that!" Jennifer began squealing as the tickling started to ramp up to a torturous level. Non-stop, he worked the brush vigorously, under and in between each toe until she could hardly breath. The tickling briefly stopped, but only for a moment. "Bill Winston, do you know him, Ms. Lopez?" the voice asked yet again. "You have to listen to me. I don't know the man," she responded in a desperate voice. It was at that moment her heart dropped, as she heard something motorized began buzzing. And then she felt the bristles of an electric toothbrush make its way all over her sensitive toes. First, he held each toe for what felt like minutes on end, allowing the tiny bristles to work their magic in a circular fashion. He did not neglect a single toe, and seemed to spend the most time on the big and baby toes. She laughed while bucking wildly, as the toothbrush worked the spaces in between her toes. "Oh, please stop," she pleaded. But the brush continued its work. "Bill Winston, do you know him?" The voice asked again in the same tone as before. Okay, I know him. Just please stop," she cried out. At that moment, the tickling stopped and the room went silent. "He isn't a friend of mine, but I do know him casually," she said in an exhausted voice. "How did you two meet?" the voice asked. "He is a friend of Faith Hill. We met at her party," Jennifer said. "You do understand that we will have to keep you detained until we verify your story. And if you are lying to us, then this little session will be nothing compared to what I have in store for you," said the mystery man. "I'm telling you the truth. Just please, no more tickling," she begged. Jennifer sat there handcuffed to the chair, feet elevated, bare and exposed in the stocks, with her head slumped. Just then, she overheard the mystery man speaking with another man and saying, "We need to talk to Ms. Hill. See if you can find her." To be continued.